Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're taking a look at the 7th guest on the PlayStation VR2, along with some commentary on what my experience was on the Meta Quest as well. And this game is a game that was brought back from the 90s. I don't know how many of you guys played it. Unfortunately, I never played this game in the 90s, so I'm coming at this from a very fresh perspective, but I love horror games and I love, games like this. So I definitely wanted to take a look at this, and what has me really intrigued, obviously, is the horror nature of it being in a mansion, the spooky vibes and stuff like that. And the story is kind of intriguing as well. There's 6 guests that come in, but something is happening, and there's a 7th guest that may be going on and stuff like that. It's eerie mansions. You solve puzzles in VR and stuff like that, unlock new rooms and uncover hidden secrets, while going through this mansion. So I'm excited to dive into this game with you guys and check out exactly what this game is like. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, welcome to the 7th guest. We are playing this on the PlayStation VR2 because it's a scary game, it's a horror game. Not a horror game in the sense that you're going to get scared every 5 seconds, but it's in that genre, obviously. And it's a darker game, so I wanted to use the OLED panels on the PlayStation VR2 and see what the game looks like on here. We'll talk about the Quest 3 version as well here at the end. But let's go ahead and get into some gameplay and show you guys how this game works so you guys can take a look. Here we are right at the beginning of the game, and damn, the game looks real good. So far, no Mura that's like really apparent on the screen. Unless, of course, if I stare for it and I can kind of see it, but nothing like some other games so far. Well, that's a good sign, and that moon looks fantastic. The atmosphere looks great. Being in here looks awesome. Great graphics. So let's go ahead. Oh. And row. Going to the mansion. That lightning was pretty sick.
I remember you.
Ooh.
But I don't remember myself anymore. This place does that to you. But maybe we can help each other.
Let's walk out of here. Just so you guys know, I've never played the original game back in like the 80s when it was on, the original game of what this is based off of, like we talked about. But I'm still excited to dive in. I'm coming at this from fresh perspectives, I guess you could say.
Do you see your lantern? Take it.
There it is. Do I let it go? It's cool. It kind of changes what you're seeing. So there's like the lightning, and then some sort of animal thing comes through when you shine the light. Kind of like when you shine it over here with the butterfly. Got some butterflies here to follow.
Your lantern brings back objects from the past and even fixes them.
I can see that.
It makes the house remember how it used to be.
Ah, that makes sense. So with the lantern, you can see how the house used to be before it, everything went crazy. Come into it.
The gate is missing something.
Missing a key. Oh, the key's right there. I'm gonna get this thing out of his mouth. I can't just pull it out. And we got this guy over here just kind of sitting there. We got anything coming around over here? Anything anywhere? Oh, this is on the floor. Didn't even see that. Oh, there we go. That's what was missing. And then, how am I supposed to get the key out of him? What does this guy do? Oh, we got a gem. He doesn't have one in his other guy. In the other eye, this guy does. What is... Oh, there we go. Bam. Put it in the hole. Come on, you got it. There we go. Yeah, the atmosphere in this game looks awesome.
Old man Stauff built a house and filled it with his toys.
This looks awesome on the PSVR2. Can't deny that.
6 guests came one night. Their screams the only noise.
I like the music. They're kind of Coming up on this creepy house. As we enter the doorway. Faded to black. Should have let me open the door to get into the mansion instead of just fading to black like that. Oh, we got a butterfly.
The toy maker's house. I need to remember what happened. I remember his voice playing on a record. There should be a gramophone here, right in the foyer.
Yeah, record player. Shine it. That's
You
good.
brought it back! Back from that evil night.
Welcome to my house. I'm so pleased to see you all answered my invitation. And tonight promises to be a night full of surprises. Solve my puzzles, and perhaps you'll walk out of here with your heart's most secret desire. Do leave your luggage in the foyer for now, as I have prepared a warm welcome for you all in the dining room. I remain your humble host, Henry Stout.
This house is filled with memories. If you find them, we can learn what happened. I'll show you. You just have to stand in the right place and look.
Edward,
Yeah?
we're so far from everything. And what about the rumors?
Eleanor, they're just that. They're rumors. Okay? Now shape up. We need to make a good first impression.
Stauf has spent his fortune wisely. Never mind the smell.
Bit dreary in here, don't you think? Martine, Burden, maybe you've seen me on Broadway.
Regrettably not. Brian Dutton, you're on business.
A colleague of Mr. Stauf's, that must be nice.
I've never met the man, though I am intrigued by his success.
Hello? How rude.
Hamilton Temple, illusionist extraordinaire.
Julia Hine of the Hine Hotel. I don't suppose you know the toy maker either, do you?
No, but I heard he was run out of town. What did happen to the chief?
Oh, pish posh. Where's the dining room? I'm starving.
A premonition. Spirit dictates it's this way, my queen.
If you say so, magic man.
Dad. The clock. Every time you hear the clock chime, new rooms can be explored. This one I still remember. The dining room. Follow me.
Stauf's not joining us for dinner.
I guess our host wants us to fend for ourselves.
Great. Is there anything to drink?
So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about this game as you guys are seeing some gameplay here. So this game is really, really cool. The atmosphere and stuff like that is all kind of there. You can see here, obviously it's a very puzzle-driven game, and I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I have never been a puzzle fan in 2D games because I'm terrible at puzzle games, even though it's not coming across apparent right now, but I'm really bad with puzzle games. But what's really cool is this little help guide that you get right here. So this little tablet that you can see here that pops up, not only does it give you the map, so it shows you like what rooms are open and stuff like that, but you can actually use it for hints in the game as well. So if you get stuck on a puzzle, it will first give you a hint, and then if you use it again, it gives you a bigger hint, and then if you use it a third time, it literally just solves the puzzle completely, so you can still enjoy the story and continue going on, which I think for someone like me is super cool. I'll be 100% honest, because like I said, I'm just not good with puzzles, and this is the first thing, and that coin there is actually what you get to actually solve these puzzles. So the more of those you collect, the better, because that's how you can actually get clues. Otherwise, without that, the game won't actually give you any clues. So this room that you enter here is a dining room. There's a bunch of different rooms to explore in the game and stuff like that, and each of them have their own unique puzzles. Everything in the room is only used for that specific room, so you don't carry items and have to worry about that, thank God, because that makes the puzzles even harder. So everything within the room is what you need, and this is the first puzzle we did here. This is obviously puzzle number 1, so it's not too hard once you figure it out here, that you're just kind of moving this around to do the maze and get to the top here. To figure it out. But the puzzles seem to be all unique in the game. As I was playing through this game, the puzzles were different from each other. They were unique, and as you play the puzzles, if you get stuck, sometimes you get little hints from the characters in the game and stuff like that, giving you hints even without using that handy dandy tablet thing that you actually get the hints from. But once you solve it here, you get the last plate here, and then you kind of put the plate in the area that it needs to be. So some really, really unique puzzles, and then obviously they get harder and harder as the game goes on, of course. The next puzzle in the room that opens up after you put that plate down there is this little piece right here, and it took me a while to figure this out, but the game does a good job of like leaning you in. I'm not going to spoil it here on how you actually solve it, but it is a really cool puzzle that you're manipulating pieces and stuff like that. And like I said, the puzzles are all pretty unique. In the actual game here, I was kind of going through the first hour or so of the game, and this was a really fun puzzle. Like I said, it took me a while because I'm terrible at these puzzles, but after he kind of said it, what you need to do after failing 3 times, he kind of gives you a direction, and then you're like, now this makes sense. And then it kind of hits a light bulb, and then you start, playing with it until you figure it out.
Staff seems to know all about us.
Yes, and he himself seems to have vanished.
Matt, how wonderful.
Oh, who gives a damn? Will you look at that ghastly cake?
I suppose we should indulge just to be polite.
Allow me.
Oh, marvelous.
I think I'll stick to the wine, thank you.
Surprise, surprise.
One of the other things that I really like is when you shine this flashlight around and you kind of look at all the mirrors and stuff like that and all the pictures, the house kind of goes back to how it remembers it being, and it just gives you all these different pictures as you're looking through the house. As you guys saw there throughout some of the gameplay and stuff, and you can see different pictures and how the house used to be. It's just super cool. Not something I've seen in other games before. Like I said, I'm coming at this from someone who never played the original, so all this stuff was fascinating to me, using that flashlight and kind of seeing things go back to the way that they were in the house, remembering how it used to be. It was just a cool experience using that flashlight and just shining it everywhere to see what was going on and what you would find.
This place, it feels like it's watching me.
Stauf's looking to make a deal, but the right deal needs the right information. Stauf must have hidden something here.
So there's obviously a lot of different rooms in the game to explore and stuff. This is just one of the bedrooms that I went to start exploring. And you go into each room, you do the puzzles in the room, and then the story kind of progresses from there as you're doing the puzzles. And like I said, all the items that you need for the puzzles are within the room and don't need to be carried anywhere. There's no inventory system or anything like that while you're playing through the game. But to wrap up my thoughts on this game, I think this game is very much worth everyone's time, especially during the Halloween season. This is, even though it's not going to have any jump scares at you or anything like that, I think it's obviously has the creepy vibes. The atmosphere is all there. The mansion and the stuff being haunted, and the story and stuff like that really feels like a game right at home to play during the Halloween season. For those of you guys who played the original and you want to see what this game is now looking like, they did a fantastic job in VR. Everything looks great. The graphics on the PlayStation VR2 look awesome. With this game lending itself to being a darker game and stuff, it looks fantastic on those OLEDs. I did try the game for a little bit on the Quest 3 as well. The graphics also look amazing on there. They did take some advantage of the Quest 3 already with the improvements on there, but it definitely doesn't look as good as the PSVR2. It's close, but it's not as good as the PSVR2. So if you care about which one is better as far as graphics go, then that's definitely going to be the PlayStation VR2 version. They did a good job with optimizations and stuff. Things look really fluid on the PlayStation VR2 version, and that's where I would recommend playing it if you have both options, is if you have a Quest 3 or a Quest 2 or a PlayStation VR 2 and you have it together like I do, definitely play this one on the PSVR 2 just because of the fact that it's a horror game. Graphics obviously look better, and OLED blacks are going to look better. The Quest 3 obviously has those pancake lenses, which makes things clearer and might be more comfortable to use because of that sense, but I'll take the OLED blacks for a game like this. It's horror based, and the better detail for this specific game, it's going to vary game by game which one I recommend to you guys, so stay tuned for future videos and reviews on games, but this one for sure, if you can and you have both options, PlayStation VR 2 is the way to go in my opinion. So overall, my thoughts are really positive on this game. The way that they do the the videos on the characters and the story and how all that's done and portrayed into the game is fantastic. The graphics are great. The atmosphere is fantastic. And they did a great job bringing this classic over to VR. And I don't think they could have done a much better job than this. And they even have new sequences in the game, from what I hear, that they kind of removed from the older version because they weren't good. And people are in agreement that they weren't good. And then replace them with new scenes and stuff. So there's even some variety here and some new stuff to see for people who even played the original. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. If you guys have any questions about anything you guys have seen in today's video, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.